You've been hearing the same advice for years. Get more certifications, learn new skills, take another course. And you have. You've completed the training, earned the credentials, mastered the software. Yet somehow you're feeling anxious and vulnerable. You understand that change is a constant in the universe, but at this pace, how are you to keep up, compete, and remain valuable? Hello, I'm Dr. Mebeth. I've helped thousands of learners and professionals make transformative changes through education and training. I'm here with a bit of truth telling. You're not behind or stalled in your career because you lack skills. You're where you are because you haven't fully leveraged the 5 types of career capital that mid-career professionals have naturally developed over decades. Assets that, when strategically deployed, makes you virtually irreplaceable. Whether you're coordinating projects, managing operations, serving customers, or keeping systems running, you possess something that can't be taught in any boot camp: institutional wisdom, combined with psychological resilience. The question isn't whether you're qualified, it's whether you know how to position your qualifications as strategic advantages they actually are. Yes, you need to keep up with certifications and new tools. That's table stakes now, basic professional hygiene. Everyone in your field has completed the same required training. Everyone has the baseline credentials. The real question is, once everyone has similar qualification, what makes you the obvious choice? Today, we're going to answer that question using what I call the 5 capitals framework. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap to transform your decades of experience into 5 strategic career assets that make you irreplaceable in today's market. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how to strengthen each capital. This isn't just theory, it's a practical masterclass for mid-careers who are ready to stop being overlooked. Stick to the end, and I'll tell you about a recovery plan if you do need a roadmap to enhancing your technical skills with AI capabilities. Speaking of technical skills, this isn't just about having the latest certification. Your technical advantage lies in your depth of knowledge, understanding not just how systems work, but why they work, when they don't work, and what happens when they fail. No matter how much AI we will eventually integrate into our systems, at the end of the day, systems, processes, policies intersect with humans, our needs, our fears, our capabilities, capacities, never mind organizational and water cooler politics. I believe that is why AI will never completely replace humans. We're just too damn complicated. But what if your technical capital feels outdated? Here's how to strengthen it strategically. The first strategy is to become a pattern translator. Don't try to learn every new technology. Instead, focus on understanding how new tools solve old problems. When AI automation tools emerge, connect them to the workflow challenges you've been solving manually for years. Document these patterns and share them. The second strategy is to develop diagnostic expertise. Start a lessons learned journal. Every time something goes wrong in your workplace, document not just what happened, but why it happened and what conditions led to it. This creates a database of institutional knowledge that becomes incredibly valuable. Strategy 3 is mentoring through teaching. Volunteer to train others on established systems and processes. This forces you to articulate why things work the way they do, strengthening your own understanding while positioning you as a knowledge expert. Strategy 4 is selective deep diving. Choose one emerging technology that directly impacts your field and become genuinely expert in it, not just surface level familiar, but deeply knowledgeable. Your experience will help you learn it more strategically than someone starting from zero. Yes, stay current with essential tools, but your real technical capital is the institutional knowledge layered on top of those credentials. The kind of deep understanding that prevents expensive mistakes and saves organizations time and money. Capital 2 is your relational capital. Your network isn't just LinkedIn connections, it's tested relationships built over years of shared challenges. You know people across multiple industries at different levels who have seen your work firsthand. These aren't just contacts, they're professional references who can vouch for your capabilities. More importantly, you can bridge generational and functional gaps. You can translate between different management styles, work with various personality types, and navigate complex organizational dynamics. But what if your network feels stagnant or limited? Here's how to strategically expand and strengthen it. The first strategy is to conduct a relationship audit. List everyone on your professional orbit: colleagues, vendors, clients, former coworkers. Categorize them: current strong connections, dormant ties, and strategic gaps. Focus on reactivating dormant ties first. Research shows these often provide the most valuable opportunities. A second strategy is cross-generational bridge building. Actively seek opportunities to work with both younger and older professionals. Offer to mentor newer employees while also learning from them about emerging trends. Position yourself as a translator who helps different generations work effectively together. A third strategy is called industry ecosystem mapping. Identify the key players, influencers, and connectors in your field. Start engaging with their content thoughtfully, not just liking, but adding substantive comments based on your experience. Attend industry events with a specific goal of meeting 2 new people per event. Strategy 4 is value first networking. Before reaching out to anyone, ask, how can I help them first? Share relevant articles, make introductions, offer insights from your experience. Lead with value, not need. A fifth strategy is internal network expansion. Map the informal power structure in your organization. Who are the problem solvers people turn to? The connectors who know everyone. Start building relationships with these key nodes in your company's network. Your relational capital includes the trust you built through consistent performance over time. While younger workers are still proving themselves, you have a track record that speaks for itself, but only if you keep those relationships active and visible. The third capital is your reputational capital. Your reputation isn't built on potential, it's built on proof. You've delivered under pressure, managed through crises, and earned respect through consistent results. But here's where many mid-career professionals make a critical mistake. They assume the reputation speaks for itself. It doesn't. You need to actively connect your past successes to current challenges. But what if your reputation feels invisible or undervalued? Here's how to strategically build and amplify it. First strategy is impact documentation. Create a success stories database. For each major accomplishment, document the situation, your specific actions, the measurable results, and the skills demonstrated. Update this monthly. This becomes your reputation ammunition for performance reviews, interviews, and networking conversations. The second strategy is strategic storytelling. Learn to tell your impact stories in different formats: 30-second elevator versions, 2-minute detailed versions, and compelling case studies. Practice connecting your past successes to current challenges people face. Watch out for videos on strategic storytelling. Like, subscribe, and get notified so that you can get alerted when it comes out. So much good stuff coming your way. Don't miss out. The third strategy is thought leadership development. Start sharing insights based on your experience. Write articles, speak at team meetings, participate in industry forums. Focus on sharing lessons learned and practical wisdom, not just opinions. The fourth strategy is consistency messaging. Reframe your reliability as a strategic advantage. Instead of "I've been doing this for 15 years, say I've successfully navigated 3 economic downturns and 4 major technology transitions, which gives me proven insight into what works during uncertainty. A fifth strategy is reference network building. Actively cultivate professional references by keeping former managers, colleagues, and clients informed about your career progress. Send annual updates highlighting your achievements and growth. Document and communicate your impact differently. Instead of listing tasks completed, highlight problems prevented, efficiency gains achieved, and risk mitigated. Your steady performance is exactly what volatile markets need. Again, watch out for videos on strategically communicating your progress. You can't leave this to chance, especially now. Like and subscribe. Stay ahead of the game. The fourth capital is your strategic capital. This is where mid-career professionals truly shine. You've observed multiple business cycles, technology transitions, and organizational changes. You can evaluate which trends will stick and which are just hype. Your strategic advantage isn't having the newest ideas, it's having the judgment to know which ideas will actually work in practice. But what if you don't feel particularly strategic or forward-thinking? Here's how to develop your strategic thinking capabilities. Strategy 1 is pattern recognition development. Start a trends journal. Monthly note what's happening in your industry, what's staying the same, and what patterns you're observing. After 6 months, review your notes to identify your predictive accuracy and refine your pattern recognition. A second strategy is scenario planning practice. For any major decisions or change in your workplace, develop 3 scenarios: best case, worst case, and the most likely case. Document your reasoning and track your accuracy over time. This develops strategic forecasting skills. Strategy 3 is root cause analysis mastery. When problems occur, don't just solve them. Analyze why they happened and what systemic changes could prevent recurrence. Present these insights to leadership as strategic recommendations. A fourth strategy is cross-industry learning. Study how other industries have solved similar challenges to those in your field. Bring these cross-pollinated insights to your organization as strategic innovations. The fifth strategy is future-back thinking. Regularly ask, if our industry looks completely different in 5 years, what capabilities would we need to develop now? Use your experience to identify which changes are likely and which are just noise. You can see connections others miss, predict where resistance will emerge, and design solutions that account for human factors that younger strategists often overlook. AI might help streamline and create process efficiencies, but human factors are often unpredictable. Designing human-centric solutions will be key. Your experience and sensitivities in this area are invaluable. Lean in on them. Here's what sets truly resilient mid-career professionals apart. The fifth capital, your psychological capital. The internal resources of hope, efficacy, resilience, and optimism that you've developed through years of real-world hard knocks experience. You've persisted through ups and downs. You are battle-tested. You know what hard work looks like. You also hold on to hope and optimism. That's why you are still in the game. But what if you're feeling burnt out, cynical, or psychologically depleted? Here's how to rebuild and strengthen each component. Hope isn't wishful thinking. It's your ability to set meaningful goals and find multiple pathways to achieve them. Here's a strategy: goal laddering. Break down any major career goal into smaller, achievable milestones. Document multiple pathways to reach each milestone. This builds your goal-setting skills and your pathway thinking abilities. A second strategy is success pattern analysis. Review your biggest career achievements. What pathways did you use? What alternative routes were available? This reveals your natural hope patterns and expands your pathway thinking for future challenges. Here's how to develop efficacy. Efficacy is your hard-earned confidence that comes from actually solving difficult problems before. A strategy here is competence inventory. List every significant challenge you've overcome in your career. For each one, identify the specific skills and knowledge you used. This creates a confidence database you can draw from when you face new challenges. Another strategy is skill transfer mapping. Identify how skills you've mastered in one area can transfer to new challenges. Your ability to manage difficult customers transfers to stakeholder management, for example. Your project coordination skills transfer to change management. Let's talk about developing resilience. Resilience is your ability to bounce back from adversity, and you've bounced back from plenty. Remember that. Here's a strategy: adversity inventory. Document every major setback you've survived: layoffs, reorganizations, failed projects, difficult managers, challenging coworkers. For each one, identify what helped you recover and what you learned. This creates a resilience toolkit. Another strategy is recovery acceleration. Develop personal protocols for bouncing back from setbacks. What actions, mindsets, and support systems help you recover fastest? Having a plan makes you more resilient. Look for the video on how to reduce stress and radical acceptance in this channel. I believe it will help you with resilience. Let's talk about developing optimism. Optimism isn't blind positivity. It's the realistic expectation that problems can be solved because you've solved them before. Here's a strategy: solution success tracking. Keep a record of problems you've successfully solved. When facing new challenges, review this list to remind yourself of your problem-solving track record. This builds evidence-based optimism. Another strategy is perspective taking. When facing setbacks, ask, how will this look in 5 years? And what opportunities might this create? Your experience gives you the perspective to see beyond immediate challenges. Here's what I want you to remember. The economy desperately needs what you have: stability, wisdom, proven judgment, and the psychological resilience to navigate uncertainty. While everyone else is disrupting and pivoting, you represent the continuity and strategic thinking that organizations need to survive and thrive. When you strategically develop and deploy your 5 capitals together, you don't just compete with younger professionals, you operate in a completely different category. You become the person organizations turn to when they need results, not just activity. You're not too experienced for advancement. You're perfectly positioned for the kind of leadership roles that value depth over breadth, wisdom over energy, and proven capability over untested potential. If this reframed how you think about your career strategy, subscribe for more frameworks on leveraging professional maturity as your competitive advantage. Now, if you do want to work on enhancing your technical expertise by augmenting them with AI capabilities, claim your 90-day AI career recovery roadmap. Link is in the description below. Until next time, remember, you've come a long way for a reason. You've learned a lot and have a lot to give. You're not aging out of relevance. You're aging into your prime when you know how to build and deploy your 5 capitals strategically.